Hey everyone, Andrew here from Intelli2iGen's podcast. Yes, you are on the right feed, but no, this is not a normal show. I wanted to let you know right now that what you are about to hear is not suitable for work. It is likely also not appropriate for children. If you are sensitive to racy topics, go ahead and hit that delete button right now. You might not like this episode. But now that you've been warned, please welcome to a special RDH Rant Takeover episode with Heather, Anna, and Liz.
Hey everyone, welcome back to another episode of RDH Rant. We have been discussing some what the heck patients. We've had some really crazy stories in Facebook, and so we thought it would make a good episode to just ask what is the most odd or peculiar or just downright weird things your patients have done. And we got some pretty funny stories.
Yeah. Some crazy stuff.
Some crazy stuff. Yeah. And this isn't we know that patients have anxiety and stuff like that. This isn't talking about that kind of, weird stuff that just comes from a place of anxiety. This is truly you cannot make this up type stuff. And it's not also, I guess we should add, we're not making fun of patients.
No.
We would never make fun of anybody with a disability or anything. These are just true, just particular people. We all know somebody. Maybe it's you.
Maybe.
Yeah. And so just things that kind of make us scratch our head and go,
Okay.
do you guys have any personal stories before we go into everybody else's?
I was trying to think if I had some, and I actually do. I have a couple that are just okay. I had a patient once that she always kind of smirked. She just always had this look on her face, this kind of smirking.
Resting bitch face or
No, just kind of like a devious smile. I don't know. It's weird. But anyway,
the Alice in Wonderland cat, the Cheshire cat.
Well, that's not a smirk. That's a full-on cheese. But
okay, sorry.
No, it was just kind of an odd facial expression. She knew something that I didn't. You know what I mean?
All right.
So anyway, she wouldn't let and then this was when I was at the perio office. So she always had a bunch of stuff on her teeth.
Mm-hmm.
And she would not let me use the suction. She would not let me use water. And she would not let me rinse her or anything like that.
Bitch bye.
She wouldn't let me. She wouldn't let me floss, and I was like, "Are you sure
Why are you
don't
here?"
want-" She's like,
Why are you here? Yeah, exactly. What are you doing?
I mean, I could scale. I could scale.
Uh-huh.
And that's all she wanted. She just wanted me to scale the stuff off her teeth. I was like, "Do you want me to rinse?" Or she's like, "No, I prefer to swallow."
Ew. Ugh.
I'm like, yeah. Even all the blood, all the plaque, all the calculus, all the prophy paste, because she would let me polish all the prophy paste, all that stuff.
Ew.
Technically, all that was in there, and she's been swallowing it for 6 months. But
it's
different when you're scraping it, and
even
Ew.
because we're always swallow your own spit or whatever. But even I'm you got a lot of junk going on in there.
Yeah.
You're she never would.
She's gonna get a bacteremia.
Yeah, she never let me use anything. She's like, "No, I just prefer to
she'll
swallow."
probably live forever. She's
okay.
building up an immune.
Yeah, her immune system is probably
Then at that same office, we had another patient who we didn't do holidays there. It just wasn't our vibe. We weren't very Christmassy. We didn't celebrate a whole lot of stuff. There was 4 of us in the office. One of us, it was against the religion to celebrate things. So we didn't do Christmas music or anything like that. It was just kind of I don't know, bah humbug is kind of what we were. But anyway, we didn't dress up for Halloween or decorate, but my dentist did go to Trader Joe's a lot, and she would get succulents to set out front. And so she went and she got, it was around Christmas time, and they had sugar skulls from, the Day of the Dead.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. And they had little succulents coming out. And so this patient called before she came, and she said, "Do you have the skeleton plants out?" Because I guess she remembered it from the year before. They had the skeleton plants out, and the receptionist was like, "The skeleton plants?" She's like, "Yeah, you had this skeleton plants." And she's like, you mean like the succulents on the desk with the skulls? And she said, yeah. She's like, yeah. And she said, well, I need you to take those down before I come in because they're from the devil.
Oh my God.
Oh, okay.
So my receptionist was like, okay. And she just
did she
Yeah,
take
I
them
was
down?
going to say. All right. I was going to did you why? That was my next question.
yeah, she just like took them before she came in and just like put them down on the desk, you know. And then when she left, she just put them back. It's like whatever. It's not like we had to do this big thing. She just
it's not
took
something
Yeah.
you need to make a big deal over,
Yeah.
but it's
Yeah.
still just like, come on,
Weird.
people.
It's
Like,
fucking
yeah,
weird.
it's from the devil.
Yeah.
And then the other one, the last one that I thought of, I just thought of this right before we were getting ready to record, was I had this teenage patient, a teenage boy. He was probably 19. And he said, are avocados good for your teeth? And I said, well, they're not bad for your teeth, but they're not necessarily good for your teeth. Why? And he said, well, I follow an influencer on Instagram. And yeah.
It always
And-
starts with that.
I follow an influencer on Instagram, and she said that the way she keeps her teeth so white is she eats one avocado every day.
What?
Yeah.
Does it have that type of
No.
properties? I don't know. I mean, I'm not going to sit here and pretend like I know
No.
anything about an avocado, but
And I was like,
I don't eat them, so I don't know.
That's not a thing. I don't know where she's getting her information from, but that's not a thing. So then 6 months down the road, my co-hygienist comes up to me and she goes, I just had this kid ask me the weirdest thing. And it was the same kid. And he
Same
asked
question?
her. Yeah, he
I
asked her
don't
the same
believe
question.
you, lady.
He was like, I didn't
Someone
believe
asked
that.
her.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like just get some crust white strips. Like, and you don't eat avocados, that's fine. Like guacamole is like the shit, but don't look at it to be like your Hollywood porcelain white. So anyway, those were my weird stories. That's you can't make that shit up.
Your first story kind of sounds like what I was going to talk about. I had a patient who I was new to the office, and so I didn't know a lot of people, but I guess this lady hadn't been in for a while. Note said she was very anxious. Yeah, she was anxious, but she was also just weird. And I don't remember all the details because it's been a long time, but somehow I must have convinced her to come back because she needed SRP. Her mouth was a mess. So she comes in for SRP, and it was one of those where you had to move slow and you had to tell her everything you were doing, and she would keep lifting her head up every time you'd go to get a different instrument to see what you were doing. Every time she had to close and swallow, but be like, give me a minute, and like swallow like 1,000 times. I'm like, there's nothing in there. And then she would need a break. But the weirdest thing, she would not let me use water or suction during SRP. And I finally was just
Wait,
like,
how do you not use water for SRP? You have to use a Cavitron.
that's what I told her. Well,
yeah.
So here's the other crappy part is she was super sensitive and couldn't use the Cavitron. Yes, I know
Even with numbing her, she was still sensitive like that?
Yeah.
Oh,
And yes,
You
now
need
I
a
would
referral to someone who does sedation because we're not dealing with those. So that's
Yes. Being a newbie, I didn't do that. I just, went with it, trying to please her. These days, I'd be like, no. But here's the weirdest thing. She would still want to spit, like, up her bloody, yucky stuff.
Yeah.
She brought her own box of Kleenexes and paper towels and a Ziploc baggie. And she would spit into these. She went through a whole box and then had to use some of mine. And then she would take it, and I'm like, we have a trash can. Nope. She would spit it out and put it in the baggie. And she took that baggie home with her.
Ew.
Yes.
I had a similar story. Like one of my weird patient stories was I had a patient that would come in every 3 months for perio maintenance.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I saw her, she would let me see the gauze. Let me see what you took out. Let me see the calculus.
Yes,
And it
I
was
had
like-
one of those.
So weird. Why? Why do you want to? Why?
Yeah.
And she was like, what is that? Why is this? What is it? Oh, can I take it? Can I take it home? And I was like, no. I'm like, you're weird.
Yeah. At least
Weird,
she seemed,
man.
at least your patient seemed like excited and like, ooh, interesting. Mine was just like a hot mess. Like she didn't trust nobody. Like she was afraid we were going to take her bloody napkins and I don't know.
And like DNA test it and like
plan it in a crime scene. So I get through that and I just thought, oh my God. She comes in, I don't know if it was the other half or her perio like tissue eval. She comes in, she's still super nervous. I lay her back. And as soon as I laid her back and she's got her baggie and her Kleenexes and everything, she just goes, I can't do this. And literally, like, the chair was completely down. She hopped out of that chair faster than anybody I had ever seen and was out the door before I could even, like, figure out what just happened. Never saw her again.
That happened to me in hygiene school. I had a patient that just reminded me. That happened to me in hygiene school. I had a patient and I was laying them back and she, like, was like, I can't do this. And, like, literally jumped up and ran out of the clinic.
And that pisses you off because you know you need that patient to meet cops.
Especially in hygiene school.
It's like, damn, bitch, I gotta book somebody else.
Yeah,
like,
everybody talks about crying in hygiene school, and I really didn't ever cry in hygiene school. I mean, it was very, very stressful, and I gave myself heart palpitations, but I think that was the only time I cried. Like, I literally went out, Heather, you know where I'm talking about, like the back doors of the clinic, and stood in that hallway and, like, paced and, like, you know, shed tears and stuff like that because I was like, what in the hell? I needed that patient, and she just bolted. So, I mean, it was like almost like the cartoons. You know how the cartoons, like, when they run and they, like, leave the person's imprint in the wall?
Like, that's how I felt with my patient. I don't know how. It was like her whole body just as one lifted up and she landed on her feet. I'm like, how the fuck did she just do that?
She was morphed out the office.
Yeah. I mean,
it was
don't
like
get me wrong.
The Matrix.
Yes. I was like, I wasn't mad that she left and I never saw her again because that's just, nobody wants to deal with that.
No, I can't. I can't deal with that anymore. I can't.
But I just thought weird. But apparently we're not alone. There's a lot of other, like, super weirdos out there.
Let's talk about the story that prompted this podcast.
Yes. It said, so, patient, are you Hispanic? Me. No, Black, Delaware, and Mohawk. And then it has little asterisks, or the patient. Oh, cool. I'm Black. And then it had a little asterisk. This woman is whiter than white and not albino.
So I'm picturing me.
Yeah. But yeah, patient. You'll understand soon enough. So I wait. I clean all the black and green funk underneath her gums and between her teeth. You all know, yada, yada. Get to the end, hand her the mirror, and talk about the build-up and doing OHI. Patient. What the fuck? Where did it go? Me. What? In a slight panic. Was there a piercing I missed? Did she swallow it? Did I knock a filling out?
Yeah.
Patient. My mother melanin. You literally took out my black jeans. My mom's going to be so pissed. I sat there so confused. Couldn't explain enough after that it was buildup under her gums, not melanin. She left pissed. Her 60-year-old mother called pissed. I'm done. I quit. Lord help us all.
That is the oddest thing I think I have ever heard.
Yeah. That's an odd one.
I think that takes the cake. I don't know if you can beat that one.
Yeah.
So basically she thought that because her calculus was removed, the black calculus from underneath her gums.
Yeah.
She thought that her melanin was removed from her gum tissue.
Yeah.
What?
I
guess that was the only evidence that she thought that she had, that she
thought her gums were turning black. And I can't even
how,
figure.
Like, we got people of color who have
I have
pigmentation.
I have pigmented gums. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh,
I mean,
do you?
I'm not I do, but I'm not a person of color. I did do my DNA, and I am like 10% Nigerian, which I had no idea. I thought I was 100% Italian, but apparently
is it Sicilian? Is that
no?
you're Southern?
I'm Calabrese, which is in the southern part of Italy, but it's not like Sicily. It's right above Sicily, but and I'm also Middle Eastern. I had no idea. Look at that.
Look at you. Now I'm going to clean your melanin out of your gums.
Yeah.
But
She
no,
said,
but I do have like a little bit of melanin in my gums, so
I've
Yeah.
had patients ask me if that can be bleached.
Yeah, same.
and I tell them no. Oh, you can
I
be,
do
but
too.
no,
Yeah.
take
I'm like,
that.
why?
No,
Like,
don't do that.
that's goofy. First of all, it's you. It's who you are. There's nothing
Be
wrong
proud.
with it. And second, nobody notices it but me and you.
Yeah.
Like, who else
Yeah.
is going to be looking at your gums that close? Yeah,
Everybody has their insecurities.
she
but
did say,
anyway, yeah.
I missed this. And this was Stephanie Ann, by the way, who did this. This was her patient. Sorry, Stephanie. Says melanin, and her mom called called to request their records. They'll be coming to an They'll be coming to an office near y'all.
Not my office.
Yeah, Doc said let
No.
him go. We have crazy, but not on that level. I said good because
Yeah.
I ain't Mario and we ain't leveling up like that.
Yeah.
That was cute. cute. So yeah, that's the post that kind of sparked
Prompted
this whole,
this, yeah.
like, I wonder what else is out there. Though on the post, when I was asking people to like tell their stories, somebody said that their patient said that their good home care or something. Sorry, I'm trying to look for the post again. Oh, here. I had a patient recently try to convince me that the reason his probing depths improved were because he switched from drinking Simply Peach to Simply Lemonade.
Okay. Have at it. Whatever works for you.
Congratulations.
Congrats.
But
You
your
figured
decay
it out.
rate, your decay rate's gone through the roof. Oh,
Yeah, you cracked the
so-
code.
yeah. Keep on keeping on, people. I just reached the point where I just nod and go, oh, okay, and keep on working.
Yeah.
Like, I'm
Yeah.
not gonna even at this point. I'm done. I'm not.
What's my
going-
line? Liz, what's my line? That's unfortunate.
That's unfortunate.
No, and that's
That's-
unfortunate.
That's really unfortunate. I'm really
really
sorry that happened.
That's unfortunate.
I really care. I promise I care.
There was that patient that brought in her own instruments for the
Oh my God.
the hygienist to use because she said that hers were more sterile than the ones at the office.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No.
No.
go.
I'm
go
not
do
using
your
those.
Profi. Go do your cleaning at home, lady.
Yeah.
This person, Samantha, I had a lady ask if her cat bite caused her perio. And I said, sorry.
Cat scratch perio.
Yes, that was my bad dad joke. I was like, so is that technically cat scratch perio?
Oh, you
People
said that?
will
Really?
blame-
I
Yes, I
didn't
did.
realize
That
you
was
said
my
that.
cat-
That's so
Oh,
funny.
you did it? Yes, that was my. I said
I had to
so.
read it.
So cat scratch perio. Yeah,
People will blame
Yeah.
everything except
themselves.
themselves.
Or how
Yes.
about
Yeah.
I had a patient that had perio. We had been telling her at every
Mhm.
visit, you need SRP, you need SRP, you need SRP, and she kept saying, I don't want it, I don't want it. So she finally tells me that she's like, well, you know, I had a lump in my breast once, and I prayed and prayed to the Lord Jesus Christ, and that lump went away. So I'm just gonna pray my perio away, and the Lord Jesus Christ is gonna take care of it. So I looked
Okay.
her square in the face, and I was like, you got to pray harder because your perio is getting worse and worse and worse every time I see you. So you got to pray more.
You might wanna start a-
'cause it ain't working, girl.
Start.
Let's bump it from like 10 Hail Marys to 20. Like, come
Yeah.
on.
Yes.
Let's get in the game.
Can we get on
Bless
that?
me, Father, for I have sinned. I don't want periodontal treatment, so take my perio away. Okay?
Yeah. That's like start your prayer chain at church. You need to ask your church
Yes.
people to pray.
Oh, yeah,
Pray
yeah.
the perio away. Pray
Yeah.
the perio away.
Start that prayer chain.
Oh, and post it on Facebook, except, you know, I need prayers right now, but I can't say what for.
Oh, God. Vague booking. It's called vague booking.
Yeah.
I hate that.
Yeah.
Me too.
Um.
I have a sad one that is kind of sad, I feel like, you know, because
Aw.
it's obviously the person had like some sort of mental thing going on. But we had a patient come in. We had to actually call the cops because he was in
Oh.
our office demanding that we remove all of his amalgam fillings because when he came in for his fillings, we inserted a chip and the government was
Yes.
following him.
Oh,
I
my
remember this
goodness.
story.
Yeah, and we had to actually call the cops because it got like completely out of hand. We were like, like we don't.
What?
First of all, we don't even do amalgam. Like we only do
Yeah.
composite. But second of all,
Yeah.
like we're not affiliated with the government. We're not putting like chips in here. Like why are we? Why would we follow you? Like what is so special about you?
Yeah.
What's happening?
I feel like I've heard that story before. Like
Yeah,
another
it's
person.
common.
Yes,
Mhm.
because then it like opened up this whole rabbit hole of there
Mhm.
are like this big subset group of people that think dentists are putting chips in their mouth so
Yeah.
the government can.
Look,
I kinda
we
remember.
can't even get
I mean,
insurance
not for
to pay
nothing,
for
but-
SRP. Like,
You have this attached to you 24/7. If the government
Yes.
is like watching you,
Yeah, Anna's holding up her
that's all
phone,
you
by the
need
way.
to do. Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
holding up my phone. Because literally, like, they don't need to insert anything anywhere because you got this.
in your pocket.
Yeah,
At all
pretty
times.
much.
There were several. I feel like there were a couple of conspiracy ones on there, but I can't remember. But they're all pretty much in the same vein. And for me, it's conspiracy. Like, it's kind of like, at what point is like, okay, this is actually mental illness, and
Yeah, and I feel bad because I don't want to like make anyone
yeah,
feel,
And that's
'Cause it-
why kind of at the beginning I said, like obviously we would never make fun of mental illness whatsoever. And I guess maybe you could argue that these people obviously have a mental illness, but
doesn't
some
everybody?
people-
Don't we all?
don't we all?
I know I do.
But some people really are just peculiar.
Yeah,
And that's okay. Like it takes all kinds to make the world go round.
my mother,
Absolutely.
bless her, the first time we were going to record, we were going to have her, she's going to be over, and we were going to have her as just kind of like a cameo guest, because I said, oh, we're doing bizarre patients. And she was like,
Aw.
oh, that's me.
Oh, I love her.
We should. It would make her day. Maybe next month.
It would absolutely make her day. And she is. I've told her multiple times, I'm like, and I'm not even in my office anymore, but I've told her, I'm like, I'm so glad I'm your hygienist because nobody else would put up with your shit.
Family members the worst.
Yes. They
Here's
are.
one. Laura said, and then there was a patient, a nurse, a few months ago who asked me if too much fellatio could cause her teeth to buck.
How much fellatio are you
Like,
doing?
All
To have
night,
to
like,
ask that question.
like all night long, like a pacifier. Like
Ew.
I don't.
Yeah.
Lord
think
help her
about it.
TMJ. Damn.
I know.
Girl,
Oh my God.
listen,
That's
just
hilarious.
Get you
My
some
jaw
Invisalign and enjoy your life. Like,
Okay.
you do, you boo.
My
This-
jaw hurts just thinking about it.
Okay, this is an inside joke. Andrew or whoever, do not edit this out. But Matt and Lynn Cooper, I hope you're listening to this podcast, and I f***ing told you I have TMJ issues.
I don't know what that means, but
That's
okay.
an inside joke.
I
And they
can
are
probably
going to
make
die
some
laughing.
inferences from
Yes.
from that.
Yeah, they're our best friends, and it's funny.
So
They're
anyway,
like, so Heather, tonight,
yeah.
how's that
moving
TMJ
on.
tonight? Charlie, you feeling lucky? No. I told her I'd never heard of that happening, but I suppose it could be possible. She told me she and her husband were having a discussion about it. All I could think of was, I wonder what she's doing at home. Maybe she cut down on her BJ time for the sake of her teeth.
Her husband as an excuse to like
Yeah.
get out of it. Be like, oh,
Good
that's
for
not
her.
tonight.
Yeah. Well,
I'm
that
gonna
was
buck my
kind of
teeth.
yeah, that was kind of the inside joke that I was referring to, is just dicking around with your friends, giving them grief and being like your 12-year-olds.
I
And
see
I'm
what
like,
you did there.
nope, sorry, I have TMJ problems, so not tonight, honey.
That's funny. Okay, so did you guys see the one about? It was hidden in another post somewhere about
Oh.
the lady who gorilla glued fake nails on her teeth
Yes.
and tried to tell the hygienist that they were actually veneers, and
Oh
she
my
got them done down
God.
the street.
Hey, A+ for creativity.
Oh, wait. Can we talk about the one from yesterday with the seagull beak?
Yeah,
Yeah,
so
let's end
okay.
on that one. Let's end on that one because that one takes the cake.
Yes.
Somebody posted, Jennifer Ray posted this, but it was like a screenshot of, I don't know what, like Reddit or something. dentist, what is the most upsetting thing you've seen on the job? So it was like a thing that she read. And that was in New Zealand. Yeah, I was working in a hospital and a woman came into the clinic. She was complaining of pain in her front tooth. The front tooth in question looked nothing like a tooth. Asking her about it, she said that she had the tooth extracted some time ago, but she didn't like the gap there. One day,
I was strolling the beach.
Yeah.
And I found a dead seagull and I was like, oh my God.
One day, she had been walking along the beach and found a dead seagull. She basically took it home, cut the beak off, and shaped it, then super glued it into her mouth. It flapped around, of course, but she seemed happy with it. Although the gum around it had turned malignant, probably
I think she meant necrotic.
Maybe,
go ahead.
Yeah. Malignant, probably due to the super glue, and also the continuous irritation of this dead bird's beak.
Yeah, duh.
You couldn't find anything else.
Like a shell.
A rock.
Maybe a shell.
Anything. Literally anything. A fake fingernail. Why do you get a beak and be like,
And I'm sorry to all you bird lovers. Birds are nasty, full of diseases. And then
I
you
love
have
birds, but
then you have a dead one. Ew.
Okay, I almost freaked out for just a second because you said that when you were talking about the tooth and not the bird. She took it home, glued it in, and then you said that it was flapping around, and I was thinking you were meaning like the bird was flapping around.
Oh my God.
I was like, wait, I don't remember that part. That's very upsetting.
She killed a bird to get her tooth, okay?
Oh my God.
No, not really. So anyway, we're not alone. All the patients out there, or all the hygienists out there, we all get some, what the hell did I just see here?
We really cannot make this shit up.
Yeah, can't make this shit up. So you're not alone out there.
No.
So it's time for us to sign off. Time for you to floss off.
Floss off.
Floss
around and find out.
Just don't floss that beak. Don't floss that beak. It's going to come out.
Yeah, no kidding. And may pop your melanin out too. If you're a hygienist, you can ask to join our RDH Rant Facebook group. If you're not a hygienist, sorry, you're not allowed. But everybody is invited to follow us on Instagram and TikTok.
Yes.
And listen to our podcast.
Absolutely.
So, anyway, I hope you all have a great evening, great day, great week. And peace, love, and...
Love, peace, and brush your teeth.
There you go. Thanks.
Yeah. Love, peace, and brush your teeth. Bye.
Bye.